Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and for stopping on in. I appreciate you taking a moment to slice out of your day to spend it here on the channel with myself. As we dive into some Earth and Fire, we're going to be checking out the title track, the final song off of their album Song of the Marching Children, released in 1971. I've had this album on my list of albums to get to for a long time, and this particular track was one that I always had like on my wish list of tracks to get to, especially because we had listened quite a while ago to Storm and Thunder, and I still have that track on my playlist. I love that track, and it's just really, really good. So I've always had this one to come back to. And I had seen recently in the comments that unfortunately I read that Journey had passed away recently, the lead singer, lead vocalist of the band. And that kind of, reminded me of the band and this album and track that I wanted to listen to. So I figured, why not, just do the appropriate thing and go ahead and listen to the track and enjoy it and dive into it, and in honor and in memory of her. So, yeah, that's why we're doing this. Of course, this has been suggested quite a while and quite a bit as well. Just to at least name a few of you that had mentioned this particular track in the album as well. Rick Dorn, Jerai Vidette, Age Groot, Gert Gronhardt Onofsky, Wendell Wiggins, Johan Meyer, Warloo, MV Johnson, RGRG, Bauer Time, Jimmy Murdy, Chris Echoes as well. So thank you guys for the recommendation. What do you say we dive on into it? Enjoy it a little bit, and we'll go from there. I'm excited to see what they do in an 18-minute song. So let's go ahead and do so. It ended ominously there. They pulled me in. I love the use of the mellotron there. harpsichord.
Watching through the broken seal, I saw the tree of life forever. All the branches fully green, bearing human fruit forever. You're ignoring to what you don't have to be. You want me suing and gathering frequently. That's what you don't have to be.
I like the hits with the harpsichord here.
Watching through the broken seal, I saw much children and children. At the church nearby the gate, a preacher read his sermon for children. You're ignoring where the hell you're going to. God bless you for what the world is gonna do. For what the world is going into. Off we go.
I like how it's actually a march as well.
Experience the human destiny, happiness and sadness, most of your lifetime.
Big mellotron. Jumped right into that psychedelic kind of sound, huh? I love how bubbly this sound is.
Children's eyes fixing upon the gate of heaven, predestinated for minority. Into the underworld, the others tumbling down. Torture, or terrestrial vexations.
Hey. That's lovely. I really like how they use the mellotron. Oh, that's a change. Okay. I love how they return to this melodic chorus, basically. And it sounds just as powerful every time it comes around. Like how guitar became focus here. I like how guitar is used to now be this part of the transition.
When will be the crack of doom? Is it tomorrow?
Like how soothing his voice is.
Is it tomorrow?
I love that voice like a lot.
A laurel wreath for the future grace of the marching children. for the future grace of the marching children.
I really like how gentle this particular section sounded, and whoever's singing on this one, I really love the smooth gentleness of their voice there. It's just really, really pleasing to listen to. There's your march returning. Bring it all the way back around. That's how you make an epic and bring it back. Little extra push back there. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Song of the Marching Children. And perhaps, obviously, there was going to be some marching involved in the music. And I actually really thought it was an interesting choice for the outro, pretty much leave it strictly to the marching beats and the marching drums on the outro, and then have a light resemblance of the original melody from that part, just kind of very, very lightly playing in the back there. I thought that was a really interesting choice, just speaking on the outro there. Okay, really, really cool epic with a lot of different flavors here. This is kind of like a supper's ready kind of song where you have a lot of different scenes that are playing out in here, whether it's, the when the music comes in, the epic entry of guitar and Journey's vocals, and of course, once it gets into that main meat of the song, or the Mellotron accentuated intro, which beautifully sets up everything and kind of places everyone and all the characters and all the set pieces where they need to be, or that kind of psychedelic part in the middle, which I'm not quite sure which other member is singing at that particular point. It could be Chris Coates, Gerard Coates, Hans Zeke, or Ton Vanderkleege, as they're credited with backing vocals on the album. But whoever's singing that, I thought was really, really cool. I had a really nice, gentle voice. I like the kind of psychedelic keys and sounds that were beneath that. But this was a track that, for all its different parts, it all works together very, very well in continuity and in bringing it all together. So just kind of going back through it here really quick. Okay, skip this here. So I like how we get a little bit of those guitar pedals as well with the volume. It kind of reminds me a lot of Steve Hackett in the way that he plays in some of the more ambient places. But I really like how this sets up a scene. When I was just about to say, they came in sooner than I was expecting. I was just about to say, all of that mood, all of that beauty is immediately just like throwing a rock into a serene pond when they crash in here and we begin this march. And I... Get back. I like how they crash in and then start to really allow the music to flow from there. And I mentioned it, but I like how soaked this is, drenched in Mellotron. And it works so well for their sound because the Mellotron already, to me, has this mysterious sound to it that I don't know why. It's in the most beautiful ways. It's very haunting and mysterious and ominous, but also it draws you in. And I think the way that they use that in here is very well done. And it also has a inherently kind of symphonic sound, especially when using the string arrangements on there or even the flutes. Mod on the Mellotron. And so later on, when we get some strings that come in later, it's like a beautiful pushing forward of that initial sound. Okay, then we get some harpsichord that comes in here, and before you know it, here's Journey. So even the beat there on the drums, it is a march, but they kind of transform that into this kind of roll and into this kind of step. So rhythmically and with the snares and such, yes, it's a march, but they really nicely kind of roll this into the rhythm of the song. Journey sounds absolutely wonderful. Her vocals almost hitting a similar tonality, kind of like the Mellotron, in which they're kind of beautifully haunting. I think that's like a great way to describe and feel her singing here. And she has a wonderfully epic voice. Like, it's just enchanting to listen to. Okay. Past this. Here. We get our first taste of this kind of psychedelic sound right there. And she pulls it down into something very, like, almost like a progressive folk kind of sound, almost like a pastoral-ish kind of moment there. But just instead of, so many guitars creating that kind of countryside, it's a lot of keyboards and such there. And those keys are going to be performed and handled by Gerard Coates, who, like I said, is handling Hammond, piano, Mellotron, all things key-based there. And I think that sounds really sensational. Moving forward, we kind of... Not that part. Okay. I guess it does work, that part. So I like how this sound... After that. This kind of sounds completely different. It kind of sounds like we went to a carnival. But this only lasts a few seconds or so before it transitions back into this. And so... I really like how it goes so quickly from something playful into something kind of dramatic back in there when Journey comes back. But it works. It's a whiplash of an effect, but I think it works really well in the music. But one of my favorite parts in here is actually kind of getting towards the back half. Here. The next transition at this point, the guitar is in focus. Guitar is going to be performed by Chris Coates, okay? I love this singing. There's something incredibly moving about the way he sings there. It kind of very much sounds like late 60s, I suppose early 70s, yeah, music as well, which obviously it is early 70s. But there's something very, I don't know, tonally pleasing and kind of psychedelic about that part. And his vocals just are wonderful. Look how soothing they are. Like I said, you eventually get the marching of strings here, which nicely kind of evolves from the mellotron previously.
For the future great.
I don't know. There's just something about the notes that he's choosing to sing and how he's doing it that are very mysterious too. And then after all that, we get right back to that march, and it almost acts almost like a little bit of a bolero as it marches to the ending there. I think that this is a really, really phenomenal track with a lot of great twists and turns, but keeping it all very continuous, and it makes sense in the music. So we also have different movements within the track here, which, let's see here, just so we can see them all at once. Theme of the marching children, opening the seal, childhood, affliction, damnation, purification, and the march. Watching through the broken seal, I saw the tree of life forever, all the branches fully green, bearing human fruit forever. You're ignoring to what you'll turn out to be. You'll once be sowing and gathering frequently. That's what you'll turn out to be. Is this... Well, let's keep reading. Watching through the broken seal, I saw marching children and children. At the church nearby the gate, a preacher read his sermon for children. You're ignoring where the hell you're going to. God bless you for what the world is going to do. Almost like these children, of course, innocent, and they're very early in their lives, and she's saying like, God bless you for what the world is going to do. Almost as if the world is going to sully the innocence of the children. Why can't we go over the untouched road? Is it too winding, flanked by reflections of time? Go and experience, learn the human destiny, happiness and sadness post of your lifetime. And this is under childhood, right? There's an innocence in childhood, but this childhood, this innocence eventually will be dirtied by the world in a sense. Why can't we go over the untouched road? Why can't we stay innocent? Is it too winding? Life is too winding, a lot of turns in it. Go and experience, learn the human destiny, happiness and sadness post of your lifetime. These things have to be learned by all humans, by all of us. Affliction, children's eyes fixing upon the gate to heaven, predestined for minority. Like the gate to heaven it's only for a few. Into the underworld, the others tumbling down, tortured by terrestrial vexations. Like only a few are predestined and will get into heaven. Their eyes look to that, but most going to the underworld. Damnation, a long procession, hearing the Black Knight's thoughts. I have been watching you. Your conduct in life was in vain. You tried to be a good person, but it doesn't matter. You're damned. Cross the waters of death with their silent borders. Then you'll see your waiting graves. Man, purification. When will be the crack of doom? This is that very soft part. Is it tomorrow? When will that doom, is this when will the doom come upon you? Or is this when will the doom be removed from you? A laurel wreath for the future graves of the marching children. Wow. That's really interesting. This is a really interesting track. I'm curious about like if we can find maybe interviews from the band or some words from them or something onto what they intended with the meaning of the track. If you just don't mind giving me a brief moment to see if I can find something. I don't know if I can or not. Maybe if I can find an interview or something. Let's see. I'm pulling this website up, which is slowing down my computer. That's good. That's good. dprp.net. Slowing down my computer mightily. Quite a bit. So let's not open that. Let's not do that then. Let's see. On Facebook, someone reviewed this. No. No, I can't see. Like I read this, I'm looking around, I don't see anything here. Like I read this almost like a criticism to perhaps the cruelty of God or a God or divinity, and like, destining and damning children basically as they grow up and experience life, and how they'll be sullied and kind of predestining them to damnation kind of thing. But I wanted to see if I could find if that's like what the band actually intended. Either way, I can't find anything. Either way, incredible track. A wonderful listen. There's no doubt about that. That's a fantastic track. So let me know, of course, what you guys thought of it in the comments down below. The Buy Me a Coffee's there. If you'd like to sponsor a song request, you can do that over there. Patreon for exclusive content and such. But I hope that you all enjoyed the track. Thank you so much once again for the request and for recommending this one. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please come on back again tomorrow, and I hope to see you all then. Bye, guys.